Hey, good evening, everybody. This is Roger Mailing, your correspondent from The Sun. You might have seen the title of today's talk and thought, what's he going on about? Well, I'm going to teach you a little bit of physics in the sense that Newton's third law is very simple. It says that for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. What does that mean? Well, basically, the more you put in, the more you'll get out. You see, throughout life, what happens is you're either moving forward, you're standing still, or you're going backwards. That's the law of inertia. Another one of the Newton would have understood. But for most people, they always want to go forward. So that means you've got to put something in. The more you put in, the more you get back. Now, it's the same, it just doesn't apply to physics, it applies to everyday life. Like you might have a job, and you might think about your job in the sense that, well, if I put more in, I work an hourly rate or I work for a salary, I'm not going to get anything out. So I'll only do enough. But the thing is, firms these days have a habit of having tough times, so they might have to lay people off. They might be bought out by a bigger company, and people may have to downsize certain offices. But the thing is, if you've been one of these people that's understood Newton's third law, and you've always given more than you've got back, guess what happens? I can't guarantee this, but it means that basically you may not be the one that's laid off. You may be the one that keeps their job. Now the opposite may be the fact. Your company may want to grow. It may be growing. And it's looking for somebody to move up the ladder, to give a new job. If you're the one that's always there early, if you're always the one that stays late, you're always the one that gives everything that you can, you're the one that always says yes and no, I don't think I'll bother, you'll be the one that stands in line to maybe get that promotion. You know, it's the same with sport. You know, there's a saying out there that you shouldn't come off the field leaving anything on the field. No, you should come off giving it everything, drained, absolutely shattered. Because it's a sense of achievement. You know, as I said, most people go through life, they're either moving forward, they're standing still, or they're moving backwards. I can guarantee you, if you look at most people, they're either standing still or moving backwards. Because it's down to what's in here. It's down to your motor, down to your determination to be successful. Now, if you need motivation, look around you. If you're a family person, you've got a family and you've got a home and everything else, why not? Why not want more for them, if not for you? If you're just a single person, look at your goals. Look at what it is you want to do with your life. Look at where you want to be, want to have and want to do. By doing that little bit extra every day, by doing that little bit more in your life, these things become attainable. You know, I know from my own life, I have coasted at times because I've been unaware or a bit fed up or whatever it is. I just coasted. So I know that exists. You see, my wife and I built a business over 10 years. And people say to me, well, how did you make that success? You must have been very lucky to be able to be that successful. I said, you know, I actually became successful because over 3 months, I walked the streets of my local area and my local town and my local city and distributed through every single door letterbox 22,000 leaflets. And guess what? Over time, those leaflets became customers. Those customers recommended us to other customers. People saw our vans flying around the local area. Now, it came about because I created that motion. I put 22,000 leaflets through letterboxes in my local area. Now, if you want to have more in your life, if you want to do more in your life, if you want to be more in your life, then unfortunately, doing nothing is not going to get or cut the mustard. Newton's third law is very specific. Equal and opposite reaction. In other words, you can't be a do-nothing. You can't be a coaster. You've got to be a doer. You've got to be busting the phone. You've got to be doing more than you possibly can. You know, I can only say this to you because I have done all the things that most people do. I've gone backwards, I've stayed still, and I moved forwards. You know, I'm in a situation in life where I don't have to do much. But I'm determined that this time I'm going to be the most productive I've ever been by doing things like this. This is a new skill I'm learning. You might think I'm not learning it very fast, but I'm doing it. And I believe you learn things by doing, not by reading manuals. And I'm building another business, completely alien to the one we've just left. And I'm having to learn new tricks. But I'm giving it everything I've got because I want to. Newton's third law. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your time tonight. I've taught you a little bit of physics, Newton's third law of motion. Some of you, hopefully, I will go on and put it to good use because it's out there to be done. So this is Roger Maiding, your correspondent from the sun. It's a bit cloudy at the moment, but the sun has been shining beautifully all day on November the 14th, when dear old Blighty is freezing to death probably. And Newton's third law has allowed me to be here. It could allow you to do the same. So look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thank you very much for your time today. Bye-bye.